New study just obliterated the final talking point Dems can use for illegal immigration by Amy Moreno for truthfeednews.com. A new report from the Census Bureau is blowing the lid off the fake news coming out of the lying liberal media and the pro-illegal immigration proponents. We're told time and time again that illegals are doing the jobs Americans won't do, and somehow that's justification for allowing illegals into the country as if they're helping us out. Well, this new report proves the opposite is true. There are no jobs that Americans won't do, and illegals are causing a lot of harm for poor Americans. From the Washington Examiner, a new analysis of the Census Bureau jobs data puts the fake news label on the pro-immigration mantra that there are many jobs Americans just won't do, and that's why legal and illegal immigrants are needed. According to the deep dive analysis by the Center for Immigration Studies, just 6 of 474 job categories are majority immigrant, and none are majority illegal immigrant. The report suggests that claims made by immigration proponents for greater access to American jobs because Americans don't want them is false. What's more, the report indicates that in low-income jobs given to illegal immigrants put pressure on poor Americans who want those jobs, according to CIS. If immigrants do jobs that Americans won't do, we should be able to identify occupations in which the workers are nearly all foreign-born. However, among the 474 separate occupations defined by the Department of Commerce, we find only a handful of majority immigrant occupations and none completely dominated by immigrants, legal or illegal. Furthermore, in none of the 474 occupations do illegal immigrants constitute a majority of workers, said the study. Turning to illegal aliens, the report said illegal immigrants tend to be even more associated with the jobs Americans won't do mantra. And yet, there are just 24 occupations out of 474 in which illegal immigrants comprise at least 15% of workers. There are 5.7 million natives in these high illegal immigrant occupations, 67% of whom have no education beyond high school. But in occupations that are made up of 5% or less illegal immigrants, 75.5% of natives have education beyond high school. This suggests that the impact of illegal immigration on wages and employment opportunities will be left most by less educated natives. More educated natives will tend to avoid competition with illegal immigrants. It gave some numbers to show that occupations thought to be majority immigrant aren't among them. Maids and housekeepers, 51% native born. Taxi drivers and chauffeurs, 54% native born. Butchers and meat processors, 64% native born. Grounds maintenance workers, 66% native born. Construction laborers, 65% native born. Janitors, 73% native born. Let's take a quick listen. Yeah.
One of the most often made arguments with regard to immigration is that they only do jobs that Americans don't want. But in a recent analysis, we actually looked at all 474 occupations as defined by the Department of Commerce and found that there were only 6 that were majority immigrant, and those jobs only account for about 1% of the U.S. workforce. If we look at those jobs where immigrants do tend to be the most concentrated, even in jobs like maids, we found that 1/2 were U.S. born. And we also looked at construction labor, and it turns out 2/3 are U.S. born, and even 3/4 of janitors in the United States were actually born here. So it turns out that even jobs that people sometimes think are overwhelmingly done by immigrants are, in fact, the majority of workers were born in this country. We also found that high immigrant occupations do tend to be jobs done by less educated, lower income Americans, though there certainly are exceptions to that. And what that means is that if there is an impact from immigration, it's going to be primarily felt by less educated and lower income Americans. Now, we also looked at illegal immigrants by occupation, and we found that there doesn't appear to be any occupations that the majority of workers are illegal immigrants. Even in agriculture, there are still lots of legal immigrants and even native-born Americans who do agricultural work. Overall, only about 4% of all illegal immigrants actually work in agriculture. Many more work in construction or retail or building cleaning and maintenance. The bottom line, though, is that immigration tends to create the most competition for low-income Americans, and Congress should at least consider this question when setting immigration levels in the future.
Well, there you have it. And there goes the Democrats' talking point that they're helping us out, but they're taking jobs away from less educated workers. So, they're taking jobs away from people native born here. So, there goes the Democrats. You see, we work hard, we pay taxes, and they want to continue working. That's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.